host this show, but you told them no.
Well, no, Rosenberg went to ask it.
Yeah.
He asked me, when the first day,
Yeah.
and I mentioned it to you because I was working with him that night. And he said, I want to do it, even if it's on a day I don't work.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, but check with, I don't crop shop. So.
No.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you're not kidding.
You're nervous today?
Yeah, because it's a little overwhelming, to be honest with you. Great. I appreciate it. All the attention, the media.
You know what you should do is just keep going past 2 o'clock and see how long it takes them to rip you up the end. Okay.
Well, that would be
405
funny.
on the fan in New York City.
You know, that would be funny.
Yeah.
I think I want to take another call, then they play the override. I know, that would be funny.
We're going to replay the Seinfeld interview at 2 o'clock.
That's about right.
You're not going to miss me, are you? I want to
What
buy
are you talking about? We're gonna go out to. You're gonna cut me for Shabbos now. No more Friday night shows. Cut to me for Shabbos. My pleasure.
Well, my pleasure.
Take care of Mashington, huh?
I will. I'll never forget that either.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, Christopher. And here's the future between you guys, too. Yeah, well, that's great.
I'll take a hug.
Yeah,
I'll take a hug.
okay.
I'll take a hug.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Thank you, guys.
Who else is on the show today? Is it Seinfeld? one?
Seinfeld. Okay, now I'm not supposed to say anything, but I'm going to tell you guys.
Okay.
Francesca.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I don't know if he called Paulie or Paulie called him. I don't
Okay.
know. And
Yeah, I'm sure I'll make it about
and
you.
Chernoff wants to call. He
Oh, does
emailed
he?
me yesterday.
So we can hit the buttons on the phone with you?
So I can hang up on it. Right, and I
used
can
to
bring
do
it,
that.
I can also shadow the computer. You know. And I didn't intend to do that. He thought I did that. I went, no. I just didn't know what to do with it. But anyway, I'll miss all you guys. It's no question. So I'll be at home though. If you want to call me, I can announce on the phone, and pretend you're calling.
Just wanted to say I love you, baby.
Yeah.
I miss you so much.
Okay.
Everything I know I learned from you.
Yeah, and you grew up
Including
listening.
how to make black outfits look
Oh,
cool.
absolutely. Okay, I'm going to go settle down and maybe write some ad libs. You showed up.
I told you I was going to show up.
You did. Anyway, come on in for a second. The John Minko. Okay.
So here's the deal. You have to make an executive decision. You're going to make an executive decision.
And what's that?
And I've already got the question from the head of Odyssey. Now you're coming on at 1 o'clock?
1 o'clock.
Yeah. Do you want me to do the 1 o'clock update?
Do you want to do it? Do
They
it.
asked. I said I have to clear it with you.
Well, of course. No, I think that's a good idea on his part. Yes. Now that would be fine. Of course.
But we'll have to see here. As we check here, there's one way. Here we go to the locker,
Yeah.
which is still here.
Yeah. I've got to go and see if I can set
Look
up
at this.
my Peter Hoffman.
These are my headphones.
That's what it takes everything. Exactly. That's it. He wants them to learn. Oh, by the way, yes. Exciting. Come on over.
There he is, the man of the hour.
Okay.
What is...
All right, for all of us who have worked with you, you've meant so much to us.
Oh, sure.
No, seriously, I said it on the air today, I mean it. You were the first guy to give me a voice on the air, and I will always thank you for that. And there's no way that we could all repay you, but the company wanted to do... Yeah, sure. The company wanted to do something for you. So, here you go. It's not quite as big as Chernoff's newsroom sign, but it is the Steve Summers break room. So take a cup of coffee and spill it over this. Really crisp.
Put some syrup.
But
That's too much.
I know I speak on behalf of everybody that we are losing a legend here. And
No, you're not.
yes, absolutely. And I know you didn't want fanfare, but Craig, we're giving them fanfare.
Yeah, you deserve it. I mean, 34 years in one place in this industry just doesn't happen. It doesn't. I don't care what market you're in. I don't care what day part you do. It doesn't happen. And it happened here for a reason, and it's your uniqueness, your talent, the fact that all these people cared enough about you to come in to see you on your last day.
Which is terrific.
You know, and that's ultimately what it's all about.
No. Who does it alone?
Well, remember this, part of your legacy here is the morning show host is on the air.
Yeah.
Our overnight host is on the air now
Yeah,
full time.
yeah.
And those are guys that in part got their start and break because of you. So, congratulations.
Congratulations, Steve.
We want to honor you, Steve. I want you at the first stage. First stage.
Please don't do that.
Yeah. When is Russ coming on?
Yeah.
By the way, they did think about making it the Steve Summers fire escape. That was actually
Oh, we got one to smoke.
Yeah.
That's very.
the Steve
that's
Summers
great.
break room in honor of the Schmooze.
Yeah, no,
an original voice.
iconic, the whole thing.
whole
Terrific.
thing.
Yeah.
Really nice. And very appropriate for sure.
Yeah.
No, it's great.
Yes.
Thanks a lot.
We buried it in an out-of-the-way alcove. So there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
And if
very
you want to go
nice.
past 2 today, that's fine too.
Yeah.
Take
I
your
told
time,
him.
please.
That'd be the great way to go out. Yeah.
We'll wait till 3. I'm
You
good.
want that demographic going up?
Yeah.
I'm good. We're
405 on the fan.
July 1st, 3 p.m., 1987, WFAN was born, and following 2.5 years of unemployment, Steve Summers finally found a home. And that was his home for 34 years. For 34 years, Steve welcomed you, the listener, into his WFAN home. His impact on all of us, whether you worked alongside him or faithfully listened, is immeasurable. And all good things eventually come to an end. And today is Steve's final hour on the fan. Don't touch that dial, even you Islander fans. And that's what's happening, or what's going to happen. This is John Minko.
Call the fan at 87.
Now boarding Flight 66 for the 1-hour journey to Carton and Roberts at 2 on the Fan, New York. Well, it is a very good afternoon to you and IUB at 102. And 20 seconds to go right along with it on a Monday afternoon on your Fan. New York City. Steve Summers here and you there. On the other side of the glass, Paulie Rosenberg and a cast of thousands. And do know from the 1-877-337-6666, it'll be a 1-hour schmooze right up until, of course, Carton and Roberts at 2, right here on your Fan, New York City. Jerry is sitting by. We'll get to him in just a second. And for this final hour, thanks, of course, to the Fan decision makers and Maggie and Moose for intruding on their final hour, and God only knows what Craig and Evan feel about this lead-in to their show, possibly raising the male and female demographic to new heights. The attention has been overwhelming, certainly surreal, and you can make the argument over the top too. But know this, so much absolutely appreciated. For those I did not put to sleep late nights, the heart and the thanks goes out to you. Those listening, those calling. You gave me a chance, you gave me a breath, you gave me a life, you gave me a career. I repeated this last Friday on my last full program. So with love and plenty of respect always, I'll never forget you for making the last 34 years the happiest of my life. The last hour really about not just me, but it's about us and all those on the other side of the glass. And a special thanks to Paul Arzuman, a creative genius who put together all the crazy ideas I gave him every single day with the production pieces he would put together. He really is a radio artist. And talking about a genius and talking about an artist is Jerry Seinfeld. Jerry, it means a great deal that you've taken a couple of minutes to spend this last hour with me for as long as you can. Thanks so much.
Steve, it's my pleasure. I hope you can hear me through the champagne that they must be spraying on you, the pumping, we are the champion through the halls of WFAN as you're carried out, a hero and undefeated, unbowed, unbeaten, one of the greatest sports New York voices we've ever heard. And on behalf of all those sports fans that enjoy your rhythms, your humor, and I will say especially your kindness and humanity. You always try to be decent in your shows, and I thought that was always very refreshing. This now I really feel like we're in the overnight show, getting into the nuts and bolts here.
Well, that's okay.
Today is the day to celebrate Dr. Summers and all that he has given us in 34 years of service. What you've done is you've reinforced our enthusiasm for New York sports and given us like a life during the day, in between the work stuff that we have to do. A lot of people use sports to kind of distract them from annoying quotidian activities. Can I use the word quotidian?
I don't know what it means, but you can use it.
It means everyday stuff.
Okay.
Everyday stuff.
Okay.
And so you have helped us, like you're trying to drag me into this front office conversation, which I have no interest in because I don't know anything about it.
Okay.
And furthermore, I don't care.
Okay.
What I care about is spring is going to come eventually. The grass is going to be green.
Mm-hmm.
The bats are going to be wood. The gloves are going to be leather. And we're going to have something to watch, something to talk about that has nothing to do with our lives or our jobs.
Well,
and
before
you have been the icing on that cupcake, and we appreciate it.
Well,
so that's why I'm calling today.
Thanks.
Screw the front office.
It makes it. I can't thank you enough for the time that you have spent with me and how you have added to the programs that I've had. I probably have had twice as much of an audience in any given year when you were on, and I can't thank you enough. I can't. No, it was always fun to have you on, and you had definite opinions about everything, and it was eclectic. It was fun. It was humorous. It was serious. You covered all the bases, and I cannot thank you seriously from the bottom of the proverbial heart for the inspiration, for the support, for the aid and assistance, for your time. I absolutely love you for it, and you know that. With love and respect, always.
That's so nice.
Well, it's true. I mean, after all,
Steve.
it's true.
I would apply all those adjectives to you as well, and I look forward to being with you again soon.
I hope so.
In the next phase of your Hall of Fame career.
The Eddie Scazzeri.
The Eddie Scazzeri?
No, wait. Who do you think we're talking? Ed Mio, Ed Jockman, Ed Della Hussein? Who do you think we're talking?
The Eddie Scazzeri?
No, Ed Jockman, Eddie Brassu, Eddie Munster. Who do you think we're talking? Anyway, here he is in person, working, of course, the morning show, works the board, co-produces, does a little bit of everything. The Eddie Scazzeri. I want you to tell the story how that came about.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, hi-ho, Steve Areno.
Hi-ho, Eduardo.
That came from, do you remember when Bobby Bonilla was rumored to be signing with the Mets?
Yes.
And I was trying to get Dennis Gilbert, if you remember, his agent on.
Yes.
And I called up his office and was illegally recording the conversation just so I could remember what he told me.
Right.
And he said, "Who is this again?" And I said, "Oh, it's Eddie Scazzeri from WFAN." He goes, "Oh, the Eddie Scazzeri?" And I told you the story, and you loved it, and and here we are. Now I have something for my tombstone.
Yes.
So I thank you for that.
Well, listen, it was magic working with you, and we didn't have to offer hand cues. All we had to do was basically look at each other. It was an eclectic program, and I'll look back on it, and you can correct me if I'm wrong here. How do you go about defining what was an overnight program then? It had never been done before. But I thought, and you correct me if I'm wrong, I thought it was certainly more of a morning kind of a show because it had production, it had music, it had sound effects, it had sound bites, it had all kinds of audio play-by-play, currently and from 100 years ago with the Joe DiMaggios and songs. And it was, to me, looking back on it, not then, but looking back on it, it was more like a morning program than it was like an overnight program. I mean, Greg Gumbel, he was reading wire copy every morning, and that wasn't so exciting. And then he, of course, he would have these fishing reports off the coast of Montauk with Ken Kephart. And every single fishing report, the tuna fishing is great. Come and get it.
Was that a question?
I got that, too, from Daryl Strawberry,
yes.
and then he hung up on me.
Well, it certainly was an eclectic experience and just a wonderful experience for me in the start of what I became. You sort of helped me hone whatever it is my skill is. It really started there with you on the overnight, and it was really a short time. About 14 or 15 months is all we were together on the overnight, although people think I was there for years, but it wasn't the case.
Well, because for years I've been talking about the Eddie Scazzeri.
Yeah, it felt like years, for sure. Absolutely. But no, it really was not a long time. And then we were separated and then reunited with the with the sweater. And we get time off in purgatory for those years. So that's a good thing.
Yeah. Well, I've often said that the days that we were working midday with Russ was like working with a member of the family, the Addams family.
I think I've heard that one about 18
How many times is
today?
Well, only once now today. And again, let's go and stay right where you are, Eddie.
Sure.
Because we have another guest on the line, and for 28 and a half years, he was the man here at WFAN. He was the captain of the ship, Mark Chernoff. Mark, thanks a lot for taking a moment.
Overnight under the covers, my friend. Hey, here's the first important question, though.
Yes.
When you took a break about 8 or 9 minutes ago, did you go downstairs for a smoke?
No, no, I did not, and I'm afraid to even show that I have a pack of cigarettes in my pocket. But the bottom line is I was afraid that if I did go downstairs from the 10th floor, I'd get trapped in the elevator again.
Yeah, that was a thrilling night. Thank goodness Richard Gere was home.
Well, and I heard that I went out for a smoke break at about 8 o'clock in the evening, and I went, but the elevator, instead of going down to the lobby from the 10th floor here at 345 Hudson, it went up. And I got stuck between the 10th and the 11th floor. I was in the elevator for an hour and a half. Nobody at first knew where I was. And you were wondering what in God's name is going on. And I was told that Richard Gere at first, when he was contacted, didn't want to do it. But he ended up doing it. And
he did.
Yeah, and thank goodness. But anyway, how are you doing?
I'm fine now. This is all about you, because I want to make it short because you have other people.
That's okay.
that call, hopefully. It was wonderful, again, to hear Minko and how you and Usler have worked together for so many years and how wonderful, that was. And I know the relationships that you guys have will continue for many, many more years. I wish you all the best and send you lots of love, and also from my wife, Sally.
Well, listen, no, I don't think, seriously, and that a boss that you were to me and all of us here for so long, I don't think I had ever a boss more forgiving and more loyal than you. And certainly you could have dumped me a number of times in the past, but you stayed with me, and again, very forgiving and as loyal as anyone could be to all of us. And, of course, you kept us on our toes, and that is what bosses do. And we just wish for you and Sally and your family. And we know what kind of a family guy you are, your sons, are so successful and so forth. By the way, one of your sons, of course, should become the new GM of the Mets. And
he loves where he is, but he did work for them one summer, so yes, he still has an attachment, obviously, to home in New York.
Okay. Well, listen, take care of yourself. We'll see you down the road.
Yes, and if Eddie's still there, love you, Eddie. Take care.
Thanks, Mark.
Thanks for everything. Everything. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. He wants.
Okay, love you. You're the best. Legend.
You're so damn good now.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, no. Your opens.
Yeah.
With your energy and the passion.
No.
No, and then I watch you on the SN Live.
Yeah.
Also with Malusis. You do the
We gotta
same.
get you on over there at SNY.
What happened?
You're available now. I want to get you over there.
Well, okay.
Yeah, when you get back from Haiti or wherever you're going on vacation. Yeah. All right, okay. You're the best. I'll wait for you. Yes, why do you think I got it?
Sell that.
Yeah. I know, no, you're gonna sign it and then I'm gonna throw it up on eBay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Bob Houston coming in for coffee as well.
That's right.
How about Bertie Williams? What is he doing?
Unbelievable. No, it's funny. This is Kuzari got off the best line, I thought.
What was it? Yeah.
Voluntary,
You know, I had no confidence coming down. Well, that's Oh no! See, that's very much me, and he knows it.
That's perfect.
You know,
the last cup of coffee you pour, you spill it everywhere.
You know, this is my MO.
Oh God! You couldn't have planned it any better.
Okay, we have a special guest on the line right now, and he was part of the greatest sports talk show ever in the history of this station or any other station that you can name. We had his partner on Friday night, and with us now, Mike Francesa. Michael.
Steve, welcome. Nice. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Congratulations on, I guess this is your last show.
Yes.
I thought it was Friday night. Then they told me you were having one Monday.
Right.
I heard you did a very wise negotiation. You got this hour from 1 to 2 in lieu of 2 years severance. Is that true?
No, I have to pay them. But no, I mean, but we had Russo on, and we were talking about the show that the two of you did for the 19 years that you did it, and you started at 1 o'clock in here.
Steve, don't talk about Dog and myself. This isn't about Dog and myself. This is about you.
Well,
and listen,
it's about us. It's about us, callers, listeners.
Listen, no,
but yeah, okay. Well, nobody does it alone. You know that.
Now, this is your moment. This is about you. And all those days where I saw you diligently working on your open as you were getting ready to follow me,
yeah.
Or those years where you preceded us from 10 to 1, especially those years with Rush where I had to go in at 1 o'clock every day and clean the blood off the studio panels. But listen, this is about you and your tremendous career and your longevity and your brilliant career, which will be remembered for as long as there is WFAN. You had a incredible impact. What FAN is, what FAN has become, you are as big a part of as anybody who has ever stepped through the doors. So take that with you when you leave.
Thank you for that. But part of a all-star lineup.
Again,
and I'm glad I was penciled into that lineup every single day. And you guys, see, it has to be about, with me, with callers and listeners, and because I've mentioned this to you off the air as well, and I'll say it again gladly so on the air. I mean, for anyone that either was working as a sports talk show host or anyone that wanted to become a sports talk show host, listening to you guys was an inspiration. I mean, it was something that you wanted to be as good as you could be yourself as they are being themselves.
Listen,
No. I know.
Stop.
Yeah.
Take a compliment for a change. Listen, this is your moment. What you brought to the station was unique. What made the station great was everybody was different. Everybody
Right.
did the show their way.
Right.
Everybody brought their own brand, their own personality,
Right.
their own way of doing things. And that's what you did. You brought a unique take. And that's what's special is when in this business, you brand yourself as a unique talent. When you're lucky enough to do that, like other people have been fortunate to do with FAN, including myself, that's a special thing. You were able to do that. You did it for a very long time. That's what people are honoring, your relationship with the callers, the longevity that you had, and take that and just stop complimenting everybody else and take a compliment for what you accomplished. This is your day. And as you go out, remember that nobody will be a bigger part of FAN than you.
Well, I mean, thanks a lot for that. And coming from you, it certainly carries a great deal of weight. If I may, I think a lot of listeners would like to know what's going on with you.
Again, it's not about me right now. The heck with me. I'm doing fine. I'm doing great. Everything's wonderful. Right now, I was just walking the dog, if you want to know. Okay, it's getting cold. I want to go to Florida soon, if I can, as much as I can. But everything's wonderful, and I wish you nothing but. I know there's probably people lined up, so I don't want to take too much time. But I wish you health, which is the most important thing that any of us can have.
Mm-hmm.
As we get to these years, what you realize, if you don't have that, you have nothing. So forget everything else. Forget money. Forget success. Forget fame. Forget legacy, forget anything. If you don't have health, you have nothing. So I wish you that and happiness. And again, remember that we had a time where we built something that was very, very special. And remember, you were a big, and underline big, and unique part of that. And you should be honored for that, and you are being honored for that.
Michael, thanks so much.
Thank you, Steve.
Yeah,
Be well.
thank
Be
you.
well.
And you be well, too. Take care.
And listen, clean that black T-shirt, please.
The same turtleneck that's black I've been wearing forever. Anyway, you and your family take care, Mike. Thanks so much for being part of this final hour. And again, listen. I mentioned this on Friday night, which was the last full show from Friday night, and I mentioned it at the very beginning. I mean, the people that, and listen, if it sounds like I'm repeating, I am. And the bottom line is all of this is surreal. All of this is overwhelming. All of this a little bit over the top, to be honest with you. But the bottom line is I appreciate all of what has been said. I don't know if I always have deserved it. But nonetheless, I'm surprised Mike did refer to me as a compiler for lasting 34 years. But the bottom line is, it's a two-way street. How many times have you heard me say that over the years? And it is. I mean, you gave me a chance. You gave me a breath. You gave me a life. You gave me a career. And if you're not selling any tickets, if you're not gathering any kind of an audience, it's not going to be around no matter how nice a person you might be. And the reason, as Chernoff mentioned about my brother, the reason I didn't talk about any of the real ailments that I had, let alone my brother, is because people have their own issues. And I didn't want to make any program that I was going to do that much about the sympathies coming my way. In fact, this is so, and I say this with tongue in cheek and a twinkle in the eye, all of this attention has been very much like so surreal. It's like a eulogy. It's like you know what to say at a funeral. It's like condolences and my heartfelt feelings with may he rest or she may rest in peace, etc. And of course, listen, I would like to think that we have a few more days left, a few more years left, and I hope there comes a time when we have a chance to meet again.
Hours every day.
I know.
If it goes, do not worry about the clock.
Well, thank you for that, but I'm what? I got to change my diaper.
Do what you got to do. Do not worry about the clock.
Okay, we're going to say thank you for the 34 years. I mean, and that's, listen, I thank the people on the other side of the glass, too many of them to name, and you've heard from some of them, and Paul sitting to my right, and Paulie Rosenberg, who put Friday night and last week together and today together. And I thank the people who called in, and not just for today, but for 34 years. And again, I'm going to say it, for giving me the chance, for giving me a breath, for giving me some life and giving me a career. That's all there is to it. And I thank you so, so much. And I hope, who knows, maybe someday we'll meet again. I hope so. Mr. Carton, thank you for letting me impose.
Please, this is your moment.
Oh, no.
There was no doubt it was going to go past 2 o'clock. But we're good with it. It's well-deserved. And we've been saying out there that we should all be so lucky to have a career that you had, the length of it, and to be kind of doted on and honored by our peers. Because ultimately, that's what we come in every day to entertain an audience. And the fact that these people who you haven't seen in a long time think this highly of you speaks volumes, and you should be proud of that. And if you want to go to 2:30 or 3 o'clock, it's all good with me.
No, you know how long I've needed to go to the bathroom?
Probably a long time, and we've been searching for an older audience. So keep it going. It's all good.
I've been saying that the demographic is going to increase dramatically.
I mean, they're like the Hebrew home in Riverdale right now must be on fire. So I'm going to walk out. This is your No, I'm done. It's just been a pleasure working with you.
Well, same
and thank you for what you did for Boom and I 13 plus years ago.
And
I'm walking out. I'm walking out.
No, you're not walking out. I'm
ending
done.
the show your way. But thank you on behalf of
I'm the only guy that's going to be retired, getting fired.
You got a diaper on. You'll be fine.
Get back in here. I'm done. We're going to throw to a break. That's it. And that's enough already. After 34 years, that's enough for this guy. Out with the old, in with the new. What? All right. Thank you again, all of you, very, very much for being so much a part of my life for 34 years. Goodbye, and I hope we do have a chance to meet each other again. And the best to you all, the best of everything. The best of health and well-being, and continued to be listening to the best radio station in New York City and in America. Bye-bye.
There you go.
How nice.
Thank you, guys.
Delightful. Thank you.
Thanks.
Appreciate all the chats and the overnights under the covers.
No, continued success. You're
Thank
gifted. That's the bottom line.
Thank you.
You're gifted.
Oh, we're still reminiscing? My God.
Lay me into the ground.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Anyway,
but the best of
Yeah.
thanks. Thank you very much. Best of everything.
Thank you.
But yes, sir. And there are a lot of nice people here at the radio station, and I will miss them. Yes. You take care of yourself. You too. I'll be seeing you guys on a regular basis.
They'll
I'm sure we'll see you again.
They'll call you once in a while as they come on the air.
Absolutely. Anytime. You be well.
You too.
Thanks so much.
Be safe, okay? Be good.
Always the best. Take care. You got to watch out for everything. I'll see you down the road. Thanks.
I'd stay there. I'd pick up my son. You're still here? It's really time to go. Come on.